I just noticed that too.
On this seat, if not, I'll just did yours say that too, or
The one was recording on screen. It won't be recorded.
yours say
I
that?
think that's.
Mine be taking a long time to do up on my page. You know, you're talking about
Yeah,
take like a couple of days now.
You should take like
Change it,
you know,
man, dog. Yeah. Shalom, shalom, y'all. Shalom. Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Fellow Hebrew tongues, correct names of Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Shalom to the brothers living in truth. And shalom to brothers and sisters listening and standing to yourselves approved. Shalom. Hey, coming to talk to today. Number one important prophecy that's about to come up that's on the books, and that's their MOTB, their Quran. Like we right around the corner for them, for Esau to push that in. And I'm so ready for that to be implemented because that's going to be the game setter when that prophecy unfolds. That's going to separate the true prophets from the false prophets. That's going to separate the true believers from the unbelievers. Like when that things get initiated, ain't going to be no finessing, ain't going to be no like, I'm highly favored, I'm saved, and I love Jesus and all that type of stuff when you got that device in your body. That's going to be, when you're going to see with your eyes who's who when that thing rolls out. And that, like I said, you got a lot of camps that don't teach the true mark of the beast, which is that device that's about to come out. And then the thing about that is when you don't teach the correct prophecy on that, but I look what's going to happen to these other camps and the people who follow them, when this prophecy roll out and you're not built up with that, it's going to create doubt. That's what it's going to do. You're going to be like, dang, he was wrong about that. Then you're going to doubt your whole doctrine. Like, is this wrong? Is this right? And that's going to put you in a messed up place then. Because once this thing hit, you're supposed to be fully, your confidence should be fully in on what you believe in. You ain't got a chance for no doubt. Ain't no, is this right? Is that right? If you got any little bit of doubt, man, hey, you're going to fold when that situation hit. That's why it's so good to get the 100% truth. That way, when it comes, you ain't got to go back to the drawing board and look over your shoulder. So I'm going to start us out with this Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. See right there, this ain't no spiritual mark. This ain't no sleeping with so-called white women. This ain't no embargo. What else y'all done heard on the mark of the beast? Christianity. Yeah, this ain't Christianity. If that's the case, everybody got the mark then. Everybody was in that.
The IUIC member said that the mark of the beast was the Esau system. The military, the Christian faith, and all of that stuff like that.
With that being said, that means everybody got the mark. We all in the system. So how's that gonna be a separator? And then like they say he calls them all, So it's gotta be it's a certain thing that's gonna come out, which we say is the RFID, micro thing, when it comes to charisma, that's gonna be the separator. And all Esau Edom gotta do is crash the dollar that we got now, the current currency, because the currency is about to go digital, That's how he's gonna force everybody. That's why I say right here, you might not buy or sell unless no man have the mark. Which I'm gonna get to that on 17. And then no man might buy or sell, say that he have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of man, and his number is 606. And that 306 go into a barcode. You got 666 on every barcode. I'm pretty sure when that NFC and that Neuralink go out, that's going to be on there. So that shows you right there. And that's how he going to give life to the image of the beast and make people worship the image of the beast. Because if you worship Mammon and you already locked up for that jump shot, you already prepped for it. So we already got a precursor to see who's going to go for it or not. We had a lot of people talking about, I ain't gonna line up for that jump shot. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing that. We look up at what they do. They went and did it. I had to keep my job. I had to feed my children. Whatever excuse they came with. I wasn't trying to get sick. And they gonna do the same thing when MOTB roll out. That's why everybody that got that lined up for the jump shot, most likely they're gonna take the MOTB. Most likely, and that's because They're not built up with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to, forsake that. They don't even know. They say they all set up for sweet baby Jesus, and plenty of Christianity don't even talk about that. They don't even tell you that's to come. They don't even talk about the mark of the beast. Christianity, they don't even give you. They just say it's the mark of the beast, 666. That's it. They don't even cover Revelation.
I got one real quick. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil is going into the physical counterpart with Esau Edom, shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days, with a set amount of time. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give you a crown of life. All right, so, and we know that there's going to be times of tribulation, right? Times of trial, especially for the men of the Lord. But through the Spirit of power, how much you not shy, we, the Lord has show mercy upon us by giving us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're being built up.
That's a beautiful precept right there, man, because all of those people that's not going to go along with the march, that's most likely what's going to happen. And that's what he thought Edom got set up for concentration camp. But if you don't go along with that, that mandate, or you don't go along with receiving that mark, that's what the devil's going to do. He's going to cast you into prison.
It's basically like the ultimate faith test at the end of the day. When Esau turns off the lights and turns off the system, and you have no way to eat, go and get food from the store or whatever it may be. A lot of people, that's going to be the ultimate test of faith. They're going to separate the boys from the men. Also 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 69. The day that can sit unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So at the end of the day, we know, there's going to be many that go sit unto Esau Edom. They're going to bow down, worship that beast system, partaking that MOTB, that Karama, because they're going to look like Esau the only way out. They don't have the wisdom and knowledge of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai. All right, and they're gonna go with what they know, and the only thing they know is that of the world, which is Esau Edom. They're God,
and they're gonna get destroyed for that.
I'm gonna bring a precept to back up what I just said. This Revelation 13 and 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they ain't gonna do like they did with this jump shot. This time if you don't take this, they're gonna take you to the camp and put you, in the firing squad, or put your neck in a guillotine and off with your head. That's why our faith really got to kick in.
This is Revelation 14 and 9. We read down to 10. It says, then another angel, a third one, followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any worship the beast in the image and receive the mark on his forehead or in his hand, he also will drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, which is mixed in full strength in the cup of his anger, and he will be trodden with the fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel, in the presence of the Lamb.
You hear that? So what he said, the fire and the brimstone, that's when them ICBMs come out. That's what you're going to be hit with, man. You're going to get left behind.
You always say, in the presence of the angels and the Lamb, the presence of the holy angels, Yahweh Shai, because once the missiles are, shot off, then, you're going to see them chariots up in the sky, because the elect going to be getting that salvation.
You ain't going to get hit with missiles. You're going to get hit with the concentrated chariot fire as well, man.
In the presence,
chariots of the Lamb.
They going to be bugging out, too. Just think, somebody ain't never, heard the doctrine or whoever, the missiles are in the air, then you see chariots.
They gonna get a lot of people gonna get the ghosts when they just see them. I ain't seen it. And I like I said, the first that means your house gonna be here. The fellowship gonna be here. The chariots gonna be here. And that's why I say they're like, it's so important to know this truth, man, because you gotta know that your help is on the way. And that right there help you, that'll build your faith to hang on tight. They got to the detention center of people camp. You're gonna keep the faith. The chariots is on the way. Once the MOTB hit in, that's like when it's game time. It's time. You should have your uniform on. What's they call the new garment, your white garment. You need to be built up.
That holy armor.
God, you got to be armored up, man. If you believe that the mark of the beast was sleeping with white women or philosophy. That's a chink in your armor. And that little chink right there, hey, that's gonna, Esau gonna, use that. It's gonna erode you right there. This that little chink. That's why, the apostle elders, like my brothers, get on them other camps all the time because that false doctrine right there is gonna make you fall, man. That little bit of doubt, because that's doubt. You know, you got a lot of camps like the one I came from, Washington, Israel. They teach a lot of what GMS teach, but he's wrong on that MOTB. And that one little thing right there, man, that's gonna make you that little bit of doubt. That's all Esau needs. That little bit of doubt, and that's gonna get you knocked out. That's why you gotta be like I said, you gotta be fully armored up. You're gonna need 100% truth when this thing hit off, man. Hey, Esau gonna test you. Esau gonna have you in that camp like, man, hey, we about to do it to him, man. Hey, he next. You gonna see people getting that guillotine, because they already ordered them up. You know, dude get, slink, and then you next up. And hey, you can't be having doubts at that time. You know? That's why, hey, it's so important to get this truth down, get it 100% correct, and right to divide the word.
I got a couple quick. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And how's the end manifest? By way of these scriptures, all right? And through the spirit of power, help us through our sister with the elder apostles on down. We got a lot of my brothers on the highways and byways able to, go into these scriptures and foretell the signs that we are at the end. All right? It say, and the end is manifest, even so the times of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. All right? We've seen those effects and signs playing out throughout the earth. All right? And say, and everyone that shall be saved, and shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith whereby you have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Woo! I love that. One of my favorite precepts right there, man. Hey, that's why, we're going to be reduced to that faith, man. Faith is the principal thing. We're going to need that.
And everybody else, verse 9 says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And that's gonna be the ultimate reboot for a lot of the 2/3, I little bit we that hope for that, but hey, you look around this world, that's exactly what I mean. You got these devils in power, and then you got your 2/3 is all confused, just chasing a bag or whatever. But hey, that's what it's gonna take, that's gonna be that righteous reset by your Habashim Nashai. It's gonna be global, you know what I mean?
LBGT ABC community, you got one.
Dead, they dead. They take the race aboard, they going.
I got two precepts to back y'all up with that one, man, because in the book of Matthew, Yahweh Shai been spoken about, like, when the devil, they get ready to put that squeeze on you, they get ready to, make the food go shorted, all right, and then whenever they bring that mark, okay, Yahweh Shai said it himself in Matthew chapter 6:25. He said, therefore, I say unto you, take no thought for your life, for ye shall eat. The like he said, for what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet your body, that what ye shall put on. And is not the life more than meat, and is your body than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor to gather into barn, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much more better than they? Okay, so when the devil get ready to bring that mark, the heavenly Father said, take no thought of what's to come, because he got you. As long as you believe on him, he's going to cover you. Okay, so in the part where he says, are you not much better than the birds of the air? Okay, because the birds, they get fed every single day. Every single day you hear them tweeting. Every morning you wake up, you hear them singing a song. Okay, so that's the point that how about you? Shah said he's going to prepare a way for you as long as you don't go get that mark. But if you get that mark, okay, you try to save yourself in this life, which I'm going to get that real quick. This is the book of Luke chapter 17, and I'm going to start at verse 32. It said, remember Lot's wife, okay, the story of Lot. Okay, they told her to run and not turn back around. What did she do? She turned back around and she turned into a pillar of salt. Okay, because she was so busy trying to get to the riches of this world, which it means nothing. All right, verse 33. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. So if you go and get that mark, okay, you're seeking to save your life. So therefore you're going to lose it. All right, and it says whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. All right, so if you give up all of these worldly riches and follow Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to preserve your life. All right, y'all got it out.
Yeah, come on, man. That's perfect right there, man. That's it. You know, I had that on the comment board as well, man. Like you said, it was perfect because it, like I said, it fit that jump shot. So everybody get on that jump shot. They went to go get that thing, think they're going to preserve their life, save their life. And I'm like, you lost your life.
It don't even matter if because the minute you take that jump shot, you know, even a lot of people be like, I got it. I'm okay. Well, okay, but what about 10 years from now? What about 15 years from now?
It's very spiritual too. You got to think, because like all of us brothers, like, being younger brothers to the truth, the word. Hey, the Lord woke us up right in the nick of time. Right. You know, like, hey, I heard this truth. You know, right when this stuff first stuff started. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I sit back and think like, man, what if I didn't hear? You know, hey, what if I wouldn't have heard the truth, and I might have went and eventually got that thing. You know what I mean? But hey, the water, how about some outside? They open our eyes. But hey, once you come to this truth and realize, who the wicked are, who the devil is, it all makes sense. And therefore, the scripture tell you, never trust thy enemy. So, hey, you know who the enemy is. You can't go take his shit. Right. That's that.
It makes sense.
I don't know. So I got one real quick. Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, that said, the Lord Yahweh power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So again, hey, the Lord drawing a line. The elect, his servants, hey, they're gonna be all right. No matter the conditions of the trial that we have to go through. Hey, if it be Lord will, we're gonna endure. All right, the Lord will provide for whatever it is we need in those times.
I got one. Go ahead. Okay, I got it. This one back. This one go with what you just said, and then they go into what you said earlier too. That like the Most High woke us up to this truth right before the structure set out. Man, that's mercy and grace right there. We give all praises for this. Check this out. This Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So that right there should keep your faith. But the Most High said, if you keep the word of my patience, I should keep you from the hour of temptation. That's why we're not rushing out, lining up for jump shots, and not eager to get that device. Talking about it's only logical. We're not in that spirit. We looking to solidify our faith. And like the preacher you just read earlier, man. I love that preacher. That's a good faith boost right there. Like, we're gonna lean on the Lord when all hell breaks loose. We're gonna look on the Lord to feed us and clothe us, direct us. When everybody gonna be lost, not having no direction. Like I said, hey, when this thing get even worse, when Esau closed down, they're really gonna go to whatever Esau say do. He gonna have them then. Like you said earlier, once Esau cut the power grid off, the famine kick in, he take all the food away. Hey, man, them people gonna do whatever he say do. He tell them to strip butt naked right now, we'll feed you. They gonna do it. Yeah. Like some New Jack City stuff. They gonna turn around. And like I said, he gonna have them doing the hokey pokey, stick your left foot out, spin around for the food.
Then you got these entertainers and whatnot, and then when you see how these people are bugged out about them, I can't even think of one, but like one of what's that one? Nicki Minaj come out on stage, and I go, we'll bring Nicki out y'all do this. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
is
dude,
simple.
you kind, you right.
It's simple. So they fall for some simple shit like that. When it comes to food and not having nothing.
The Chris Rock and Will Smith scenario.
Yeah, God, that made me think about something else where they said if you go get that jump shot, then you get free donut for a whole year.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. God, lotteries,
Yeah,
lap dances.
Yeah,
They did it for lap dances,
Yeah.
man. I'm like, damn, how simple can you be?
how long would that go about those simple people?
Yeah,
Like,
and
how
these
long
devils,
you
you gotta look at history because history's there. You know, like the scriptures say, things are written before time. Well, hey, we got the scriptures before time. We also got histories and characteristics of the wicked, these devils. And when have they ever said, "Hey, we're rolling out this thing to help people, but we're going to offer incentives"? You know, hey, these motherfuckers ain't never. Hey, they still in the old days. Hey, come take this. You know, hey, we're gonna probably kill you. You know what I mean? Now it's like, come take this, and we're gonna give you this, and that. Chance
Weed.
Yeah.
I mean, they doing weed. You can sit down and little weed. The dispensary was doing that. You can show your little card. So you get 2 grams of that purple earth.
And really, what it is, I think the spirit is like whatever is inside that stuff is used for that thing that's coming. But also, they wanted to see how much resistance there's going to have for the thing that is coming.
They got what they call a control group. They're not another control group. Like I say this all the time, they don't have enough military resources to go to every single American citizen's house. So they know these devils like Esau kind of hunter. You know, he gonna set the trap first. So now he did the scenario. So now he knows who's going to comply, who's not going to comply. Yeah. So I don't have to send military troops to this person's door because they've already got their jump shot in. You know, all I can do is roll out. He gonna go with it. Now this person over here, you know, he didn't take no tests. He ain't got no jump shot. Hey, we're gonna send Alpha Bravo team to his house and do some hard persuasion.
Back y'all up, right? I can break it down. This is 2 Ezra 9:1. It said, he answered me and then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Woo, that's talking about these prophecies. And the big prophecy we see him roll out, we just said it was Esau rolling out that jump shot agenda, man. That was a prophecy, man. Then you got Ukraine and Russia going at it. Plus, mainstream media is now prepping the MOTV. This ain't conspiracy theory stuff no more. They rolling it out. And like I said, like Octus did the last one, they making it sound real sexy. Like, you know, you ain't got to open your car door. You just wave your hand. You ain't got to dig in your wallet. You know, none of that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pick your phone up and use it to make calls. You ain't got to open up your laptop. You want to leak them to the internet. It's all in one. You know, they make it sound real good. The people, they getting prepped. They like, hey, that sound good.
Make it sound real convenient.
Yeah.
That's basically the world of Esau. Everything's convenience, you know.
We ain't got to worry about identity theft no more.
Yeah, so that's that investment time diligence, man. We can see the MOTV about to roll out because Esau is promoting it. You know, they got the metaverse set up.
And then you're also seeing the demonizing starting to take place of prophets. You know?
God, that's part of the signs of times, measure time diligence. That's all the prophecies, man. They all, like I said, it's all now, the Hebrew Israelites is the talk of the town now. Everybody want to know about the Hebrew Israelites, what you going to do about it. They prep, what's that chick's name? They went to Supreme Court, Ketanji Jackson. They was part of her inauguration. They like, well, what about the African Hebrew Israelites? And I'm like, hey, that let me know that, like, Congress said that. So that's on Esau's mind right now. That's a major thing. He's like, okay, we got to get these dudes off the streets. Because they're calling out our plans. You know, how am I going to get them to take this and they up for tying into biblical, you know, scriptures, you know what I'm saying? So we got to get them out the way because we the control group. We the group that's like ushering in where people ain't going to take it, you know? Because they ain't got to worry about plantation Christianity. Plantation Christianity going to enforce it. They enforce the jump shot. They going to line up, get your thing, you know?
Plantation Christianity is already the congregation of the dead. So it ain't going to matter. You know what I mean?
I got one more before we get to that because this gonna kind of go with that too. This is off Jeremiah Kabar. Shalom, Ak, Mighty Ak. Yeah, y'all subscribe and be edified by that brother, man. Strong brother in the truth. He brought out this Zephaniah 1:8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all as such as are clothed with strange apparel. So that strange apparel going to anybody that doesn't have this truth, doesn't have this doctrine. And right now, that's a lot of Israelites. The majority is not in the house of David, you know. So if you got that strange apparel on, hey, Yahweh shall shine, like I read earlier in the scriptures, he's going to dump that fire and brimstone on your butt. You're going to probably starve to death. Esau going to probably knock you off with the sword. You might get knocked off with the sword from another Jake. You know what I'm saying? You might die from pestilence. Because Esau now talking about more pestilence is coming. They said there's one coming in the fall. Now they're talking about bird flu. I'm pretty sure they're going to dig up the swine flu. And they're like, you know what? All kind of flus is going out here. You know, we got a new thing. It's universal. You know, all in one. You know, take that. And you're going to be all right.
We'll even throw a stimulus on there.
Yeah, little stimulus check and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I've been had the jump shot.
It's like, I've been God.
No, that's the easy one with it, huh?
I got another precept. It's another precept by the Jeremiah Gabar Shalom. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. And it said, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignity. Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before the Lord, but these are natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
Woo, that back of everything we just got to say. And I like the most I call them brute beasts. Because you think about it, they are brute beasts, man. They just do whatever pleases their flesh.
Without the breath, you know, without the spirit and the proper understanding, that's what say we're always dead bones, we're always
God.
You know what I mean? Basically brute beasts.
And then Esau, he's looking to change the ordinances. So if you like a brute beast, you chasing your flesh, man. Esau be like, man, you know it's convenient for you to chop your rod off and be a woman. You know, you get the bag, you know, OnlyFans. You know, if you ain't got the spirit, you gonna do it.
You broke down verse 13 right here. I guess 2 Peter chapter 2 and 13. And he said, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness as they that counted pleasure to riot in the daytime, but they are in blemish, supporting themselves with their own deceiving while they feast with you, having the eyes full of adultery and cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and heart that they have exercised with combative practice, cursed children.
So that's spot on, man. That's sure right there. Hey, you ain't in the right mind, and you ain't got this wisdom, not the understanding, and you know the righteousness in you, and you going by what society say. And society about to have you a walking, talking missile food, man.
You gotta really think like in what fucking sense of reality do these people really live in, where you think it's okay for a man to go get this thing chopped? You know what I mean? Like, that just goes show you the times we're in, dude. This is like some sick, perverted, twisted ass shit. What say Esau as no perverted person is Esau.
I know you look proud of talking about no more perverted man than Esau.
Like that,
and, like you said, you got women chopping they breasts off. You know, I'll show the picture of that. You know, they all bandaged up, and they proud of it. They do it in pride. You know, they call it Pride Month. You know, I'm proud I chopped it off. I'm proud I took hormone therapy. You know, and changed myself up. And then look, like you said earlier when we started counting, they think they right. They'll argue with you. They tell you wrong, man. You over there with your natural.
They'll say the Lord was wrong when He made him.
Yeah, like he made a mistake.
He's stupid, man.
I should have been born a woman.
People like that, they got special loot coming right on the end. Dang.
The Lord got the spiritual side of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It is going out heavy right now, man. They promoting that. I just seen an article here in Oklahoma City. man, it's controversial, man. They doing it everywhere else, but now they're doing like trans reading groups for children.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's why. Huh?
And drag queen artists we posted.
Yeah, they doing. I know they're doing it there, but they're doing it now here in Oklahoma. We're supposed to be the Bible Belt.
That reminded me. It spills on me. I had a little thought here the other day, and I was thinking, you know how they're pushing all this fucking this trans shit, yada yada, alphabets. Well, yeah, I think here a while back we was hearing the reports of that the people that got that juice, they saying it affects that immune system. So basically, people are gonna be getting that AIDS, HIV, and all that shit from that thing from that junk shop. So there's gonna be a big outbreak of HIV, AIDS, and they gonna say, oh, it's because of all the alphabet, but really, they give the people shut down people's immune system with that juice, man.
Synthetic one, yeah, right. Hey, you know what I said? Hey, death in the thing, you know what I'm saying? He saw, he packaged that.
John 10 verse 10 is deep coming out, but to kill, steal, and destroy. And if you think otherwise, man, hey, you gonna get shown real soon.
And then, like, we on that topic of trans, and so that's so big. I see why Esau doing that, because now they're doing, the trans on your sexuality. What they're prepping you for, because we're going to a phase, that MOTB roll out, that's transhumanism. Transhumanism. So if you are trans your sexuality, you're going to trans, you prep for that. You're going to take that. Like, I already chopped my rod off. What's putting this in me? Like, they getting you used to doing body modification.
You're getting devil implants.
God. That's why they promote piercings. I know that a lot of jakes is getting all kind of, a bunch of piercings everywhere. Getting you used to doodling, getting a bunch of tattoos. Like, they want to get you desensitized to body modification. That way, the MOTB roll out, you'll look at it like the next logical step. Like, it's only logical. And then, like, hey, I feel really bad. I can, for the men that got a big bag. Say you got like $2 million, they cash is no good. Now we using this Fed coin or Mercoin, whatever the hell they gonna call it. Hey, that's a strong temptation. Brother gonna be, switch it over here.
You said it earlier. He thought he was the cunning hunter. So if he wants you to follow along with that, and then he's like, well, you had $2 million, but the only way you get access to your money, you got to go ahead and get that. And that's the bank right there.
When the Lord was talking to that,
big time.
He was talking to that one guy. I can't remember where exactly talking. To the guy. He was like, I've given up all and followed you. What's left? And the Lord said, hey, sell everything you got. Because he had some riches and shit. He couldn't do that. You know what I mean?
He walked out. He was mad at
me. And that showed too the law. Remember he talking about the law? I kept the law perfect. I did this as a youth. Most I say I don't care about that. Sell what you got, and then follow me. Like say you couldn't do it.
So people who do have a little bit of something in this society, it's gonna be, he gonna be a little tough. You know what I mean? Like us brothers who have faith and don't have much. Hey, the Lord set it up beautifully for us. We don't really have, there ain't really much. We got, you know what I mean? We ain't got shit.
We the poor. You know what I'm saying? Now for the rich man, and then now I understand that one precept too, Aki, where it said it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Now we see how they play in, because when this MOTB kick in, if you got, especially the dudes that got like $300 million, like those super celebrities like LeBron James. Man, they gonna take that thing, man. They not gonna, I'm gonna be for the Lord. No, man, they already sold out. They got this on. They got plans in this place. They got investments, so they gonna take it, man. They already set up. Y'all already set them up.
That's why they gonna get the short along with it.
I got one perfect precept to back that up. It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. Hey, there's got to be some mass death on the earth because people have that they're lacking that vision, right? That spiritual vision of what is to come. All right, to say where there is no vision, the people perish. And he that keepeth the law happy is he that, keepeth the words you have on that side, rehearse the rights and accessibility, but mainly, being built up in these prophecies of what what is to come. All right, because again, if you know there's a train coming down the track, it's gonna be here in 10 seconds. You ain't about to go stand on that track. But if you don't know, you know what I mean?
You blind. They blind. Two-thirds is blind, man.
You look drunk on that wine or whatever, you can stay on that track, your ass gonna be done for.
And they groping around, man. And they in the dark. Because, like, all this stuff is happening. MOTV about to be ushered in. If I was to tell a two-third Jake that, they wouldn't even believe that. It's like, man, you crazy, man. Man, you go to that conspiracy theory stuff. And I'm like, they just told you on TV, you dang fool.
Well, they say that commercial hard to stop a train. Talking about the air conditioner. But when he saw the sword of the Most High, it would be hard to stop that sword from coming. You know what I mean? So,
they got a preacher in the back who we talking about since we on money. This is Psalms 49:6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them could by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him. So it's like, why you got this big bag of money, man? Yahweh don't care about that money. He care about, the true riches, which is the wisdom and understanding of his word, of him.
You care about whether you want to serve him or not.
Exactly. He don't care. I got 30 million, man. Yahweh don't want no goddamn filthy lucre. Nothing Esau done made.
If you really think about it, Yahweh he gave him the keys of life and death. So if you got the keys of life and death, that ain't nothing to me. You know what I mean? I can provide you with resources that give you life.
Exactly.
outside, create everything. You know what I mean? So,
I want some paper.
Yeah, even these demos and their paper. You know what I mean? People, they ain't looking at the. They stuck on the middle man. They stuck on Esau. You know what I mean?
Block. That's that spread his leaves like a Green Bay tree and put them in the darkness, man. That's why you said they're in the dark, man.
Across the years,
They're lost, man. And they are lost. And like this ain't the time to be lost, like you said earlier, man. We got to thank the Most High. Hey, everybody out there that's watching too, that he brought us into this truth, man, and he brought us in at the right time. Because now the Lord about to open up. And I'm looking at our nation. Majority of them, they still clueless. Jake still looking for the barbecue. Jake getting ready to do an Easter egg hunt. They not paying attention at all, man. They it's like they head is in the sand, man.
He
saw rocked everybody back to sleep.
I got that precept that you quoted. I just pulled it out. That was the spirit right there. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, but if my gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And it says, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, let the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh HaMashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. For we preach not of ourselves, but of Mashiach, Yahweh Shah, the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahweh Shah's sake.
How's that light being shined? Through the spirit power of Shah, only being on the Lord's stone, the other apostles on down like my brothers. On the highways and byways, bringing out this word and truth and sincerity. That's the light of Yahweh shine. Does that say what second Thessalonians or First Thessalonians, where it say ye are of the day? We are the day.
I get that for you.
I got one real quick. Jeremiah 51. Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon, all right, and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off of her iniquity. Hey, because Babylon, America, Babylon the Great, has a destruction time, an ETA, estimated time on arrival of the missiles. All right? So it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon. We're to flee out of this place spiritually. Remove ourselves from the ways of the world and deliver every man's soul, be not cut off of her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. All right?
Payback.
That recompense going into that destruction that is said to take place. An ultimate destruction over here in America, Babylon the Great.
I got that precept that you quoted for you. It's the 1 Thessalonians Chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, but of the time in the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon the woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness.
Ooh, and I got one to back up and go perfect. That's the spirit right there, man. That back what we just saying right there. We're not children of the darkness. We're not in the dark, man. We got the light. What's that great light? That's your house shine. You know, your house shine light. That's that oil. You get your faith. You know, you put it to that fire, man. It lights you up, man. They lit up. And like when you in the light, you can see. That's why we're not stumbling and groping. It's like this stuff isn't coming us unaware. We see the MOTB coming. You know, we see the ICBM missiles coming, man. So we like I put on the comment board at precept, we're building our treasures up in heaven. You know, that's why we're doing the good works, getting our faith together, putting on that righteous apparel, that wedding garment, and getting ready for our Lord and Savior Yahushua. You know,
real quick, it's like say wickedness. We all see that the wickedness that exceedingly include the whole earth.
So
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna bring this out because this goes what you just brought out. This is Psalms 4:19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. You know, because they're in the dark. And they over stumbling. Esau is throwing stuff in their way, and they just stumbling all over it. Like when you go line up for that jump shot, hey, you stumbled real hard right there. Real hard, you know? And that's because, like I said, hey, you trusted your enemy, man. You didn't know Esau was the wicked. You know, you thought that was something for your benefit. You went, like we just said, wrote that, you brought that percent earlier, you went to save your life, and you just lost your life. Because you went, Esau is compared to death. And that's what he just gave out right there. You know, he gave you a little bit of something that's, and like the serpent, you're going to die slowly. Yeah. It's like poison. You know, you don't die right away. But
The serpent said, you should not surely die.
Yeah, you're going to die a little bit later. Oh, it's going to be a slow death, you know?
Yeah, Esau just straight devil, because you got to think these devils sentence people, you know, life in prison instead of just taking somebody out of their misery and stick them in a damn prison hole for life. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Good. So I'm going to bring another precept. This going to talk about us. I'm going to bump up Proverbs 4:18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more until that perfect day. You see, that right there goes into our faith. That's why you got to have this 100% truth. Because you got to, like, when you get in the truth, you get edified, it's like you're building up. Also, like you're shining. You shine. They say you're going to be shining until that perfect day. What's that perfect day? That's going to be the day of the Lord's wrath. You know? So once, you know, you're getting edified, you're getting this truth, man. Lord willing, when the day of the Lord comes, you'll be perfected. Your faith is going to be perfected. That way, you be like, you know, in the book of Eli, like, when you ain't got the word is in you. You already going to know what to do. You already going to know what to say. You already know the truth. So you all the way armored up and you ready. That's why I like that precept right there, because it says the path of just is a shining light. You know? And look, a shining light, that's like your headlights. That's going to lead your path. That's going to lead you. You got a light that's leading you, you can easily navigate where you need to go. Now, if you ain't got no light and it's dark, hey, man, you're going to be stumbling, hitting stuff, might fall in the ditch. You know, it's going to be bad. You're going to struggle. You know, and that's, you can see the 230, that's what they doing, man. They all transing up, you know, jump shots.
That's how Esau operates too, because he operates in the dark. He hunts in the dark, so you ain't gonna see him coming.
He waiting in the bushes on your butt,
right,
man. You know, put a little bait out there for your butt.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? We already in the polluted place, and you gonna let them put some poison in you. Now you got to go out there in the dark, and you got poison in you. You know, it's even worse.
Sometimes they're poison, and a lot of times when you get poison in you, it actually literally blinds you.
I got a couple real quick. Ephesians chapter 5, and I think I'll start at verse 13. For all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light, for whatsoever doeth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, going to that spiritually dead state, which we all was in, one point in time. But through Spirit power, Albert Messiah, we have been given that light. We have awoken. I said, wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, that so like the angel Mashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, making best use of this time to be built up spiritually, mentally, with the wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So redeeming the time because the days are evil, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So, hey, we build up this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We know that the will of Yahweh outside is to destroy America, Babylon the Great, take all these Edomites out of power, along with these heathen nations that join hand in hand, bring destruction upon the face of the earth, like it's never been seen. All right, but we also know, there's gonna be elect gonna get that salvation. It's gonna be all right at the end of the day.
I got a quick one right here to back you up, Aka. These are wise words from my Lord Yahweh Shai with his disciples. Okay, in the book of Matthew chapter 13, the disciple asked, why speakest thou in parables? Okay, but I'm gonna jump straight to the point. This is Matthew chapter 13 and 15. And he said, for this people's heart is wax closed. Okay, so this is why this is why everybody can't get this truth, because he said that this people's heart wax closed. So they want to continue on in darkness. And he says, and their eyes are dull of hearing, and their ears they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears. That means that you repent and take heed to the words of Yahweh Shai. And he said they should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them. Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parables of the sword. Okay, this is why we come out here and we say we blessed to have this word. Like the argument mentioned earlier, he said Yahweh Shai woke us up at the right time. Okay, because a lot of people they basically envy us for having this for this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Holy Scripture. Okay,
I don't understand, nigga. We over here trying to give it to them.
Yeah,
you know. And then even inside the circumcision, you got these other Israelite cancer groups, whatever, and have most of the reports the same, but then they kind of going off on some of these prophecies or whatever. And then, it's like your vocab alone, you know what I mean? They definitely can't see, but
he ain't supposed to see it either. We ain't worried about that damn devil. He ain't supposed. He putting a stumbling block in people. That's what he trying to do. He trying to rock you back to sleep. That's Esau. Vocab. He trying to put you back to your death. He trying to take your skin off.
That's why the wise words of Yahweh Shai in verse 17, he said, for verily I say unto you, he said that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see. They have that desire to see it, but they can't see it, right? And he said they have not seen them and hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Okay? So they go, a lot of times we tell them, and they go from one ear and after that.
They can't, they say they have ears, but they have eyes and ears, but they can't hear and perceive it,
And a good reason why they can't do that is because they're not spiritual. This is a spiritual thing. So if you are carnal, you're not going to come into this. That's why what we're building here is a spiritual temple. So you got faith. There you go. That's what I say. Hey, the principal thing, you ain't got faith, you can't come in this. Or if you're trying to fake to have faith, you're gonna fall out. And that's the one person thing. A lot of people don't even have a measure of faith. They'll see it and scoff at it completely. And that's because, like you said, you said earlier, they heart is in gross darkness. They got their heart that's been tainted. And who's been tainted by Esau? And they can't let that go. Like you said earlier, the middleman. Yeah, he done blocked it. And right now we're at the point where you can't be in that spirit, you're gonna be destroyed. Because like we say, now the MOTB is about to roll out.
You got it. And another thing, in the book of Isaiah 55:11, where it said the Lord about the 8th verse where he said, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither my ways your ways. Those are things that actually goes into faith, because you really think about it. You know, the ways of Yahweh Shai is not going to be in your thoughts. How you think about what Yahweh Shai is not how it really is. Okay, we can imagine what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like, but that's still not the thoughts of Yahweh Shai. It's way beyond us. So that's why when we have faith, it has to be out of our mind. It has to be out of this world.
I like that point you made, man. And that's why I like what you made. That shows his faith, though. Because we ain't got, it's not all the way solid concrete.
Right.
So the Most High left it to where you're going to have a measure of faith to even believe and be in this, you know. You just got to know that he's going to promise, he's going to give it to you. And we just got to, we got an idea what it is, but we don't exactly know. And see, that's the separator between a carnal Jake and a Jake with faith. See, a carnal Jake need to know all the details. They didn't know it completely. They didn't see it. It got to be tangible. This thing isn't tangible. You know what I'm saying? It's not just. It's not something like you can just all the way map all the way out. I give you the pieces, you know, and then you got to believe on that.
So you go into the history of America, and Esau, the European, like all the killing and death throughout the world. You know, you tell that to Jacob, like, yeah, you know, fuck them, fuck Esau, fuck the devil, you know. But then you say, you know, well, the Lord's going to destroy America. And then they're like, wait, what? What? My home? You know what I mean? Right. They don't want that. They stuck in
it. See the wickedness, because what did Yahweh Shai said? They that shall wickedness shall reap the same. Yeah. So you got to see the rulers of America, they've allowed wickedness throughout the whole earth. But somehow they can't see that wickedness don't come right back around.
Yeah, it don't come back.
Babylon is in their heart, man. Like I just said, it's their home. So what they did was they conformed to this world. Like book tells you not to conform to this world. You know, when you conform to this world, really you conform to death. You should be Esau ruler.
You transform by the renewing of your mind.
You gotta renew, man. And then also, what's that? Arise and depart. Yeah, but this is not.
Arise and depart.
Exactly. So people they don't put that, man. They looking to lay their nest egg here. They got plans, 10-year investments, houses, you know, rent house businesses.
That's prideful too. Because you ain't promised the next minute, let alone years down the road. You know, but that's the way that Esau he pushes that mentality upon the people. You know that it's like say Psalms 49:11. Inward thought is that houses will continue forever.
I had to catch myself from that, man. I was at the plantation yesterday, you know, and I was like, man, I need to be a homeowner, man. I need to figure out how to get me a house, you know, just going over that, you know, saying that. Then all of a sudden the spirit hit me. I'm like, man, oh man, what am I worried about that for, man? Yeah, we got the MOTV about to roll out. Everybody about to be homeless in a minute. Like, man, I better get back on this truth, man.
It sounds good, you know, when you in that carnal thought, that carnal mind frame, but you know, when the spirit keep you like, hey, it ain't gonna
man, it's gonna get blew up. Yeah. We're trying to rack my brain. If I get a loan or get this money stacked up, like, I'm like, it don't even matter, like.
At the end of the day, most of have shit, car, house, payment, all that shit, you know, I mean, it's just added stress.
Oh, no, it's about to go. As I said, I had to get my mind, hey, man, focus back on the kingdom, man.
Yeah, it's fucking bitch, y'all, because you think about Esau coming over here and just stealing all the fucking land and taking over everything. And, like, these devils ain't paying for shit. And then you got a little shitty ass, maybe a house is worth like 10 grand. They got it on the market for $60,000, $70,000, 30-year fucking loan interest, another 30,000, 40,000. You know what I mean? It's like,
then minute you pay that off, you still got to pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes, they come back and take that out.
And they let you know you never truly own it. Right. It's never yours. It's Esau's. I'm like, how the hell I own a house I got to pay taxes on? Right. What the hell? What is that? That means I don't own it. And then if I don't pay my tax, you going to take it? So I really don't own it.
And that's what they do. They put it right back on the market and auction it off. That's what they do.
That's crazy. You got to pay. I said, this place is vexing, man. You got to pay for everything, man. You got to pay for your house, gas, medical bill, water, taxes. I even heard you got to pay for the water drain off. Like when it rains and your drain system go out, I heard they don't put that in the water bill. I'm like, what the hell?
Matter of fact, that lesson that I did, where they showed that woman on that woman that had all those bills, in one of her bills, she had to pay for the trash man to come pick up her trash.
Hey, you gotta pay for that. Yeah, that's in the water bill. Yeah, that's
the
on the utility bill.
bill.
So I'm like, what the? Everything costs her, man. The only thing that's free is the truth. And people like, I don't want that. I'm gonna go to the pastor porch, I'll pay him, and he just gonna give you some lies.
And if you really think
That's
about
spirit.
it, man, and look, even Esau Edom, cause they you know they slaughter all of the animals that actually supposed to be cleaning the earth. But you know all of that trash that you know that be laying out, the pigs can come and eat that. You see, so that was the ones that clean up the earth. But guess what? We slaughtering them to kill it. That's why the earth is being destroyed by them.
The ocean real messed up because of that.
Yeah.
This place eat lobster and shrimp by the pound, by the ton.
And they supposed to be cleaning the ocean. They supposed to keep the water clean.
Exactly. And I don't know why the coral reef is bleaching. You can't figure it out like, motherfucker, you eating the ones who clean it. Dumbass. He's so dumb as hell, man.
We got a few real quick. Isaiah 47, start verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. So I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Even to this day, Esau, they laying that yoke upon Israel. It said, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. You gotta realize that. That's how these devils think. America, their kingdom is we establish this forever. It said, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, here now this, thou that art given to pleasures, thou that dwellest carelessly, thou that sayest in the heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not set as a will, neither shall I know the loss of children, but these things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. They not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. The last one says, stand now with thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. You know what I mean? That's it. Heavy enchantments and sorceries and witchcraft. That's how Esau rolled. That's how he deceiving the mass of the people. You got all these entertainers, that are on that left side, that are pushing that witchcraft shit. But like I say, it's all gonna come to naught.
And see, he doing all that because all of this to lead you into that, into that MOTB, into that badge of servitude. That's what Esau, all this preparation for that badge of servitude, man. And that he's doing this thing in order to try to rule forever. Because that's the way he can make you where you're not accepted to Yahweh Shah. You got that charagma in you no longer fit, man. You no longer qualify. And in their minds, they want every Israelite to have that charagma. Because that offsets the prophecy. Therefore, Yahweh Shah can't come back and save nobody. Nobody qualifies for deliverance if you got the charagma.
Go to that video where it says Alan Russo revealed what the mark of the beast is, and that's what he said. That's the ultimate plan of these wicked ass people, those elite bankers. He said he wants the whole world to get that karate.
Yeah, I mean that goes to scripture though. That's Revelation chapter 13.
Right.
He calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor. So everything is biblical, man. That dude, he just talked to one of them devils, and he gave it. Somebody can't believe the scripture. That came out carnally. I said, this thing is foolproof, man. It's out there carnally, dude that was bumping elbows with a Rockefeller said this the plan. So I'm like, what more proof do you need that this is that thing?
He's not the only one, man. So, man, I got a quick precept right here too. Cause this is the reason why we out here telling you to, man, get out this world, man. Arise ye and depart, because this is not your rest. This place is going to be destroyed. So this is Isaiah chapter 60, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh is rising upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." Okay, the gross darkness the people that lack the knowledge of what these devils are doing, the people that lack the knowledge of Yahweh. Okay, and it says, "But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." So when Yahweh come back, he's gonna be seen, and you're gonna see his glory, and that glory is ultimately he's gonna destroy this place. So I got another precept, which goes into Revelation. Okay, that glory of Yahweh when he come back, he's gonna destroy this place. Okay, so this is Revelation 18 and 17. And he said, "For in 1 hour so great riches it comes to naught, for every shipmaster and all the companies and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off." And it said, "And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, and saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their head and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, the great city wherein we made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her causelessness, for in 1 hour she was made desolate." Okay, so that is the when Yahweh shall come back, that is the glory of Yahweh. He's gonna come back and destroy this place, and he's gonna and rule the whole world in righteousness.
And if you got the charagma in you, guess what? You qualify for part of that destruction. That's why we're telling you, do not take the charagma. Do not take the MOTB. We told you first not to line up for jump shots. You know, people still did that. Now we're telling you, don't take this. Now, if you take that charagma and the MOTB, I can say, you know, 100% proof, hey, you destroyed. I can call you that. I can say, hey, man, you a dead man walking. After that, ain't no ifs and buts about it. You know? So, we tell you, the second test is coming. That was their first round, was the first test. You know? I told everybody around me I got love for not to do it. You know, everybody made their decisions. Now we're going for a second round. The second round is going to be bigger than the first round. And after the second round, we really going to see. We really going to be in Revelation. Because after that, it's going to be known who is who. Ain't going to be no, you know, well, maybe I can dig it out. Or, you know, I only got at least for 2 years or something like that. Nah, you finished, man.
That's the thing, you know, let's go back in that free will, you know, hey, if it be Lord willing, you know, you go down there and get that thing, and hey, that's the Lord will thing, hey, you know what I mean? Like, I would say Hebrews 10:31, the fruitful thing. I got a couple real quick. Revelation chapter 7. I'll start at verse 1 saying, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees." So the angels hold back the destruction that is set to take place, all right, for a set time. Say, "And I saw another angel sitting from the east, having a seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." All right, and the elect being sealed with, you know, with wisdom, knowledge, understanding through the Spirit. All right, that once elect is sealed, then the angels, the Lord will give, you know, the angels have power to, hey, let the destruction take place. All right, but Esau Edom, he go about trying to see everybody, and then always to the point where he thinks he can, you know, get everybody to take that juice, take that thing, but hey, the scripture say, you know, the elect not gonna go for it. You know, destruction's still gonna take place. Esau's kingdom is still gonna be destroyed. You know what I mean? So hey, it's a beautiful thing, man.
So like you said earlier, we gotta have that mark right there, that spiritual mark. That's why the other camp, the spiritual mark is coming from Yahweh Shah. That's the walk right there. You know what I'm saying? That's that exemption right there. Lord willing that we have that. And to qualify for that, you gotta be in the truth. You gotta have faith. You gotta have that oil burning, you know? And that's why we say it's so vital important to get edified and built up in this truth to even qualify for that. If you can't, if you outside of this truth right now, outside the house of David, most likely you gonna fall for that character, man. You're gonna fall for that because you ain't built up and you don't know, you don't have another system built upon you to resist that. That's why this word was given. That's why I said I read earlier, because you kept the word of my patience, I was keeping from the hour of temptation. You know, that's why I tell everybody it's very vital important to stay in this truth. You know, the new people that I talk to that's coming in, hey, this is the most important thing right here. The house of David getting this truth, because all that other stuff, that carnal stuff, your house, your car, all that, man, that stuff don't matter, man. When this thing kick off, when this word get pulled back, because like that's nothing we take for granted, is this word being on display. They think it's gonna be on display forever. You know, they tarry to meet the Lord. You know, they don't have a fear of the Lord, and the ones that's like on the fence, they're like, I'll get the truth a little bit later. I'll just give me a couple, get my bag a little bit bigger, then I'll jump in the truth. We telling you like I said earlier, we measured the time diligently, and we at the end. You know, all needs one little move over there with that Ukraine-Russia thing. World War III gonna pop off. You know, Esau already prepped for the MOTB. He can collapse the system tomorrow and say terrorist attack or say solar flare. You know, we're doing away with physical cash. We're going into this system. Report her to get the device so you can get the new system. They might tell us, hey, you can't work no more. Badges now, you know, we all inclusive. We gotta have that thing in you to get in the building. You know, we only accept the people that got that thing. And they already showed you that with that one, the pass on the jump shot pass. They showed you couldn't fly on the plane without it. You couldn't go in buildings without it. And you see, they started off with a mask. It went from the mask to a card.
And you see how, like, on YouTube, you got, you know, on all these social platforms, you got where these people can basically, you know, do whatever they do, you know, as long as it goes along with how their agendas are moving, you know, like the trans crap, this and that. But then you got the men of the Lord, you know, on the highways and byways, bringing out lessons. Hey, we getting what's it called? Where they cut our channels and stuff. We get strikes. You know what I mean? Hey, certain words you can't say. You know, words out of the Bible and shit. You can't. You know, you can't say. You gotta be careful saying the MARK. You can't say the CHIP. You know what I mean? So you gotta use some common sense. You know, like. Shouldn't that, you know, throw up red flags to somebody that's, you know, maybe lacking a little bit of faith on the, you know, in between? Well, all this is possible, you know, all this wickedness, they let that flow through, but then you got somebody reading out the Bible, breaking down words, you know, and you know, talking about, hey, the times we in, they try to shadow ban, they cut brothers' channels, you know what I mean? And you gotta, I mean, all the signs are there for those who are lacking or whatever, you know. But again, to why how much outside it, hey, Lord put us, hey, we all in, you know. We believe in the report. All right?
That's how you can tell where everybody at, man. That's how I use that, man. I just throw a little something out there, you know, on the plantation to see where somebody at spiritually. You can just tell where they at, man, how far behind they is, or maybe they can get it, or if they just like. I done talked to some today, they just like, no, it's not bad. You know, you can tell they just totally carnal. A person like that, I'm like, you ain't even worth it for me to even, you know, say now. I'm going to cast my squad. Like, man, this dude a groupie pig. This dude all right. I like a trans. You got a trans person walking around, pink hair, glitter belt. Man, that dude ain't going to want to hear no truth, man.
The machete.
And based on what you're talking about, I like to resort to Matthew chapter 7. So they break down who the hypocrites are, what the things that they gonna say, okay, and you go about the 15th verse, it say you shall know them by their fruit, okay. The things that they say, whatever they put out, that's how you can tell who they are.
They looking like this person has chopped their rod off or chopped their breasts off, and then they fully trans. The truth ain't gonna value them, man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna anger them trying to tell them the truth. They done already made their decision. You know, they ready for the next phase, man. This is like for the people that's like you said, you can tell a degree of somebody that like what to say, seek the Lord, you should find him. It's people that's like, they looking for it already. So all you got to do is just come in and, introduce them to the house. Because people, they already looking for the Lord. Really, you got to find people that's looking for the Lord. They're seeking the Lord.
Damn sure ain't going to be no fucking trans, but hey, they sit here for one purpose, that to be destroyed, you know what I mean? Like, that's what used to piss me off. I want to see that, Christianity, God love everybody out there, drive down the road and see some fucking freak, bug the fuck out. And she's like, that's a child of God too. I'm like, no.
Nah,
The Lord put people on this motherfucker to destroy. Just think about Noah.
The majority.
Hey, think about
the majority about to be destroyed right now.
Noah's Ark, but the majority was the whole fucking world except for Noah and his family and the animals. The two male, female, unclean, and by sevens for the clean. Everything else, the Lord destroyed.
And plus, like you say, we're in the book of Revelation, and we are spiritual men. We got eyes that can see. So, like you said, we can spot somebody, and we can tell if they're on the path or they on what path they on, man.
Yeah, we all come from that path of destruction. Different levels, whatever it was. Hey, it's all headed to that one, to destruction, unless it be, the Lord will it. How we turn from that darkness. The Lord calls out that darkness and give us this light.
That show it was in us. We was looking for it. That small bit, little bit of faith, man.
Stir up their pure minds by way of remembrance.
And you can kind of see that in certain people. Like when you out there, like, man, I think they might get it. And certain people, you look like, man, I ain't about to say nothing to this person, man. We'll start, man. You'll activate the demons in them.
You have a whole bunch of little fucking vocabs running around. You know what I mean?
God, I'm just saying the transfer. You got to come to the truth. Hey, the Lord saying, hey, I'm about the bag, and you on the corner, nigga, you ain't shit, nigga.
When you mad, you throw the Bible, man.
Yeah, you want to smack the Bible out your hand.
That's what a lot of brothers.
It ain't about that.
I see a lot of cats who they talking to some of them, they look like about Christians and whatever. And they're like, just close the Bible, you know what I mean? You get on people and shit like, close the Bible.
Kind of see it, man, and like the people that's in here that ain't locked in, they gonna fall out when the time comes, man. That's why we all say pray to the Lord that He keep us. They keep us locked in on this spirit, man, that we endure to the end. There's a lot of people in this truth right now, like a lot of you little camps, man. Them dudes, man, this thing get off, the MOTB come out, all the people, really, to me, a lot of them gonna be destroyed. They'll come out of there right now. Because once the word get pulled back and it hit, and you in like IUSBK, Sakari or something, hey, you not built up enough. Really you in that worldly mindset, especially IURC or like a GOCC. They trying to unite you in Christ, really unite you in Esau. So you ain't going to have the right mind, right spirit, and you're not going to be ready for what's to come, man, because you ain't been properly edified. You ain't been properly built up. You got that strength of prayer on. And,
elaborate on your point with that united in Christ, they really think about it. That's idolatry right there. That united in Christ, Jesus Christ, all of that was being made.
It's basically plantation Christianity, but that's how I just put a Hebrew Israelite spin on to make it more digestible. So, and we'll pull this out too, because this is what Esau doing right here. This is where Esau got that idea from. I said Esau got everything. He got everything he doing out the word. Check it out. And this is what he's about to do. This is the whole point of the MOTB. This is Exodus 21:5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with the awl, and he shall serve him forever. So Moses laid down a law back then because we had servants. A servant would serve somebody for 7 years, and then he was able to go free. But it's like the scripture I just read, if he didn't want to go free, you will take him to the elders, the judges, and you bore a hole in his ear with an awl, which is like a sharp little device, and that mark he had would show that, he serves whoever he was serving forever. Esau about to do that same thing, except he gonna put a technological spin on it.
Digital awl.
Yeah, that's what it is, the digital awl. Esau come with that digital awl. You got something?
I was gonna say, even in that very same verse, that basically gave the servant the option to whether he want to leave or stay.
Yep.
See, but Esau, he's basically gonna take away that option. He's gonna force you. That's the difference.
Yeah, but see, it said be faithful unto death. Right. So we still got the option. We got an option too. It's an option.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, hey, I rather lay down my life before I get that goddamn digital out. So we got an option. That's it. You gotta be built up for that option. A lot of people ain't built up for that.
But I was just speaking on as far as like the debate of Esau, because he's gonna make you think you have no other option by the famine, the food and all so on and so forth. That's what Esau's trying to do. Because he's trying to be like the Most High.
That's why you need this word though. Because you built up with this word, you're gonna know you got an option. And see, a worldly person ain't gonna think they got an option.
Then you also know, hey, if it be a lot, to die for the truth, yeah.
We have more.
And then, hey, so be, because as I say, if those are concealed to them at the end of the day, what's the judgment for anybody who will take that thing? They're going to make them.
And the waters, and another thing too, this is why it's a win-win when you have about your shot. The water's gonna rise first during the resurrection. So that's still a victory. So really, the devil's really checkmated, man. He can't win. Once you get built up with the truth, it's really game over, man. If you're really part of that whole collective, you got your faith locked in, because even if you get martyred, you rise first during the resurrection. So, you still won. So the whole point and the plan is, do not get the MOTB. Do not take that charisma. I don't give a damn what the devil got you strapped up. You got the gun to your head. Take it or else. Tell him, hey, do what you gonna do, you damn devil. There you go. That verse right there. We could have ended off right there, because that's what it's gonna be right there, man. You gotta be faithful unto death, man.
Yeah, I got to quick back you up right here. It's Ephesians chapter 6. I'm gonna start at verse 10. And it said, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahushua, and put in the power of his might. That means we got to be in it. Once we come into the truth, we got to be in this thing 10 toes down. Just like God just said, we got to cleave on to the Lord Yahushua. All right, it said, and put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, the wiles of the devil, that's the strategy of Esau evil, that bait. Okay, the things that he's going to try to make you basically serve him and not Yahushua. All right, this is verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. Okay, who the rulers of darkness of this world? That's Esau Edom. All right, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. Those are your elite bakers that actually practice witchcraft. All right, and in verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having one breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod in the preparations of the gospel of peace.
See, like I said, see that right there, sure, you got to be armored up to stand the wiles of the devil. What this greatest wild he gonna do is this MOTB, the digital owl, the Quran. That's the number one thing he about to pull out right now, man. That's why you got you edified so you can resist that. That's gonna be like this called the hour of temptation, man. People that ain't got this truth, they gonna go for it. They don't know no better. That's why you need this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is gonna be our stability when everything's all messed up. And it's gonna be easy for us to do it if you locked in this truth, And I got this second address, 15 and 4. For all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. So if you don't have faith, man, you're not gonna make it through this. So I would say faith is the principal thing, man. That's what's got to be built up. Your faith is getting built up. That's what the edification is going out for. Your faith is built up. That way you can resist what the devil's about to throw out. And the more of your measure of faith, the easier it's gonna be to resist. Should we probably end up with that close up with that one scripture to pull out all the not that one. Yep, right there, man, right there.
Revelation 2 and 10. I think you put it out earlier, but it's Revelation 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life. Right in that verse, it says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death.
Ooh, that's some ICBM missiles, man. That thermonuclear power, the charge and the missiles gonna burn this place up. And they say to be unfaithful unto death, which means any of this devil threats to take your life away, you got to be faithful all the way to the end. You know, all the way to that point. So really, if you think about it, our faith got to be built up to can we withstand that? If this devil got us in a prison, because he said he's gonna cast us in prison, FEMA camp, the Detention Center, you know, whatever it is, and he over threatening our life, man, we got to be able to lay it on the line right there. You know, that's what this edification is going out for. And the worldly people can't take that, man. Somebody that's built with the mechanism of survival, you know, they gonna build on their whole thing is like live. I gotta do whatever it is. I don't have no option, so I gotta take it. You know,
She can save their life. And then what that really, I think you quoted it earlier when you said if any man wishes not to worship the beast, gotta be put to death. You know, but he thought he was gonna do that.
So hey, like we said, do not take the MOTB, the digital owl, the Caragma. It's coming quickly. It's on the books. Esau talking about it. He prepping it. He making it seem like something good, you know. And a lot of people gonna line up for it because it's something good. And then for the ones that's like resisting, that's when he's gonna cut everything off. No power for you, no food for you, no water for you, no nothing for you, man. Because you won't take my thing, you know. And then like we gotta be built up to where we can resist it. Like man, I don't give a damn, you know. Take a little bird bath or whatnot if you got to, you know. But hey, that's the saying. Hey, it go to build up because like them OnlyFans chicks or like them little bougie little feminine jakes, man. They ain't gonna be able to do that. I need hot water. I need my car. I need my house. I need my food. They not gonna have me built up to resist that. They gonna go for it. Then the Most High gonna go ahead when he come with that fellowship. He gonna give them what they want, man. They got to know about pain. What that was there earlier. They got to know about pain. So that's why we heard like good watch with warning. The MOTB is that Caragma. Look up that Strong's Concordance word for Caragma. You know, that is it. And it's going to be digital. And you can't buy or sell unless you have it because they're going to get rid of physical cash. They're going to go to a digital currency. That's why they experiment with cryptocurrency.
So even if you Google 06/06/06/2020, you get your patent to that crypto whatever it's talking about. The Karama is gonna be India.
Yeah, that's Bill Gates.
BG, yeah. I mean, it's there. You know what I mean?
And that's so spot on the scripture. It said, he did it, man. Come on, man. Got my shot. He runs the show, man.
Yeah.
That's the script. He made this devil put it in his little thing.
Isaiah 55 letter, words of the Lord, not gonna come down for it.
Man, with that being said, man, I'm gonna put that on board. Hope they've been edified. Hey, you want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Kwame Yasharala, baby, DTA, and Bob Ball. Soon. Very soon.
The water for all the comments on the comment board, man. Appreciate it.
Aqua from the comment board. You know, rock the